TBTL.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Hey Dummies. I'm Andrew. I will be your dummy today. This is, of course, a TBTL newsletter video exclusive. And I wanted to sort of treat today, by the way, it's really hot in here right now. I know it looks like I'm in a sauna because of the wood paneling, but this isn't actually supposed to be a sauna. I don't have a little box of rocks in the corner that I'm sprinkling water on to create steam. Is that how saunas work, by the way? That's my understanding of how saunas work. I think I saw it on an episode of Monk once. But it is hot in here. I'll try to keep this somewhat brief so that I don't melt in front of your face. But I did sort of want to treat today's video as kind of a reset. Don't worry, we're not changing anything. We're going to be delivering the same subpar video content you've always received from us. But, I didn't do a video last week. I was scheduled to have some surgery on my hands, so I skipped the newsletter last week. Did I have surgery on my hands? No, I didn't. Does that mean I could have done the newsletter? Yeah, technically, but I was already in the mood of not doing it. So when I canceled the surgery, I decided maybe we'll just stick with the original plan. So anyway, thanks for your patience with me last week and the lack of a newsletter, but we're back at it. And after a little reprieve and after the TBTL-a-thon, I thought maybe this would be a good chance to ask all of you to send in new questions. This is how the video usually works. You guys send in questions for me and Luke to answer. Usually we answer them separately. Sometimes we answer them together in one of these videos. It can be about the show. It can be about our lives. It can be about our opinions. It can be about our tastes. It can be about popsicles. I've been eating a lot of popsicles lately. Any question you have, send it our way. I know that we do have some that have been kicking around for a while, but I don't know if you... the questions are good. I don't want to be insulting to the people who sent in questions that we never ended up getting to, but they've been sort of kicking around for a while, and for some reason or another, maybe it's hard for me to formulate a good answer to the questions that we currently have sort of in the back of the cupboards next to the lima beans and that little jar of pimentos that we bought back in 2017 that we thought we needed for a recipe, but it turns out we didn't. So all of that is to say, please, why don't you pepper my inbox, Andrew at tbtl.net, put Hey Dummies in the subject line, and send us any questions you have that might spark a little conversation or maybe even a little conversational joy in future videos. By the way, do I look a little bit weird? I'm trying to grow my beard back in. I had been kind of barefaced and mustachioed for a while there, and I'm trying to grow the beard back in. This is a kind of an in-between phase for me. It doesn't look great as I look at myself in the camera. And also, you know what I'm wearing? I threw this on this morning because my hair was acting a little goofy. You know what I'm wearing? I'm wearing a prototype of the TBTL Junior Sluggers hat that doesn't have the printing on it. John sent these out to us to see if we liked the style of the hat. I don't remember if this is the style we went with. It's very similar, but this is the navy blue hat. Just imagine in red script it says TBTL right there, and imagine that I'm a junior slugger. Speaking of, by the way, the fund drive, the TBTL-a-thon, as we call it, thank you again, everybody who donated to keep the show going for another year. We really appreciate it. And as you heard us talk about extensively on the show this week, last Sunday, Luke and me and John and tens of listeners, hundreds of listeners, actually, about 100 listeners gathered at the Eagles, my Eagles club in Lake City, or Maple Leaf, technically Maple Leaf, Seattle, to make a bunch of bracelets, friendship bracelets that say things like friendo on them and slabjacking. And I wanted to show you what it looks like. Genevieve and I spent the early part of this week taking all the bracelets that we made and that mostly you guys made for us, and we spent the evenings bagging them up, bagging and tagging. Wait, I think that has dark connotations. Forget that I said that. And each one of these bags I'm holding up, by the way, contain 40 made bracelets, and I could just keep doing this all day. These bracelets are going to be in your hands very soon. I can't remember the total. By the way, this bag doesn't. I lied. Almost all the bags contain 40 bracelets. This one contains 11. That was all we had left to fill up that final bag. But I have this box down here that is just filled with bag after bag after bag after bag after bag of TBTL friendship bracelets. It's very satisfying. Can you hear that? It's a very satisfying sound to me, too. And so we'll be shipping those out soon. I got to get these to John Sorry about the light. I got to get these things out to John in Minnesota. I'm very nervous to ship them all in one shipment. I mean, it took us weeks and so much goodwill of the listeners to get these things made. If I were to ship these and anything happened to the shipment, I literally don't know what I would do. I heard from a listener who said, the royal family, they never fly together. They fly on, like the royal couple or whatever. I don't know, king and queen. I don't know anything about the royal family. But apparently they don't fly together in case something happens to one of the planes. One of them will still survive. Maybe that's the approach we need for the friendship bracelets. Anyway, I have a whole huge thing of friendship bracelets down here that we're going to be shipping out to you pretty quickly. And before we go today, I told you we are looking for new questions to answer in this video. I was looking at the list of questions that we had, and I saw one from a long time ago from listener Karen. Karen with a C, by the way. And she said, can you show us footage of the cats? Maybe show us Bingo with his zoomies, or Professor Bananas giving us the side eye, or whatever she likes to do, or Bubbles' latest antics. Of course, Bubbles is Luke's cat, and Professor Bananas is our older cat, who's about 14 years old right now, and Bingo, who is our young guy. Bingo is this October, I believe, will be 2 years old. Here's what I'm going to do. This is actually a pretty fortuitous question to send in, Karen. Thank you very much for that. It reminded me that a while back, I think a couple of months ago now, I was sitting right here at my desk. Again, sorry about this light that is coming through. I usually try to keep this curtain closed so you don't get that weird backlight effect, but I do have a window up here, and right now the wind is blowing the curtain back. That's what you're seeing. This is also one of the places our cat Bingo likes to hang out. He will come into my studio, he'll walk on my desk right here, he'll walk on my audio board, which is right over here, and he'll punch a bunch of buttons and mess me up for the next day, and then he'll launch himself up here. Sometimes if I'm in the studio, he'll just walk up here, get on my shoulder, and quickly jump up. And then he'll sit up there for a while, looking out the window, looking at the rabbits, looking at the birds, watching the kids play across the fence there. A couple of months ago, I was sitting here working at my desk, and I'd forgotten that he was up there. That often happens. He jumps up there. I'm like, hey, guy. I pet him a little bit, and then I get back to work, and then I forget that he's up there. And then he will jump down. And often he will jump down and land on my shoulder briefly and then continue down his way and out the door. And it always scares the living hell out of me. I never realize it's him at first. I always think somebody is aggressively punching me on the shoulder or tapping me on the shoulder, which is weird because I work at home alone. And if somebody came up from behind me and tapped my shoulder aggressively, they would probably be a ghost. Or, as was the case in this case, Bingo jumping down from his windowsill. I happened to catch that, or at least part of that, on this very video recording software a few months ago, and I saved it just in case someday somebody would want to see what it looks like when Bingo jumps on my shoulders. And sometimes he doesn't just go on his merry way. Sometimes he jumps on my shoulders and he stays there for a while, as was the case in this instance that I'm about to show you. So I'll play that little video here at the end, and we'll wrap it up there. Thank you, everybody, so much once again for your participation in the TBTL-a-thon and in the bracelet-making activities we did last weekend. That was so much fun, and we're looking forward to talking to you again on Monday. Have a great weekend. We'll see you later. I got some bracelets for you. So I just want you to see here what my life is like. Bingo, that's the cat that's on my back right now, on my shoulders. He was up at that window behind me. He likes to hang out up there, look out the window, look at the bunnies, look at the birds. He, a minute ago, jumped down from the window, landed on my back, and I thought this was going to be like sort of an in-between situation. I thought he was going to use me for a second, then they get down. Instead, he made himself comfortable up there for a while, but now he's interested in my salad bowl because he'll eat anything. So I guess I got to go. Bye.